Welcome to Meaningfulness, Engineering Purpose in a Complex World podcast series. I'm Djeff B., Principal Architect at Meaningfulness Media Group, where we build rigorous frameworks to uncover objective meaning through authentic connection, ethical systems thinking, and responsible stewardship in an age of AI and informational chaos. If you're seeking evidence-based insights on philosophy, psychology, and human flourishing, you're in the right place. Let's begin.
Hey, welcome. Have you ever noticed that weird paradox where some people who seem to have it all are still looking for more, while others, with way less, just seem genuinely happy? It's one of the biggest puzzles of modern life, and today we're going to try and solve it. I mean, you've probably felt this, right? We are just surrounded by messages screaming at us to get more, to upgrade everything, to chase the next big thing. But here's the billion-dollar question. Does having more stuff actually make us happier? That's what we're digging into. So let's break this down by looking at two totally different ways to live. Think of it as two different stories. In one corner, you have a life built around consumerism, getting things, and in the other, a life all about finding meaning and purpose. Let's start by figuring out what these two paths are really about. Okay, so first up, consumerism. At its core, this is the belief that what you own defines who you are. Your success, your happiness, it's all measured by your possessions. I mean, it's everywhere. Social media, ads, all pushing this one simple idea. The more you buy, the better your life will be. And then, on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, you have meaningfulness. This approach isn't about what you can collect. It's about what you can feel. It's about investing your time and energy into experiences, building deep relationships, in feeling like you're part of something bigger than just yourself. It's all about connection over collection. All right, so we've got these two totally different roads you can take. But what actually happens when you start walking down one of them? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of how these choices affect us psychologically, day in and day out. And wow, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? That incredible rush you get from a new purchase, a new gadget, a cool pair of sneakers, it feels fantastic for a little while, but it just doesn't last. And there's a really fascinating scientific reason for that. And that reason is called hedonic adaptation. Basically, our brains are hardwired to get used to things really, really fast. Think about the last time you got a new phone. For the first week, it's magical, right? The camera's amazing, it's so fast. But after a month, it's just your phone. That incredible new thing becomes the new normal, and that initial buzz just fades away. And this puts us into a kind of frustrating cycle. Yep, and this is that cycle right here. It's often called the hedonic treadmill for a reason. First, you acquire something. Then you enjoy it for a hot minute. But then, you adapt. Your happiness level goes right back to where it started, and before you know it, you're looking for the next thing to get that little high again. It's a chase that, well, it never really ends. Okay, and this is a really crucial point. This isn't just about a temporary thrill wearing off. These choices have deep, long-lasting effects on our mental health and even how we connect with other people. So let's put them head to head. I mean, look at this. It's a night and day difference. The path of consumerism is like a wild roller coaster. It's got these temporary highs for sure, but they come with anxiety and that constant nagging feeling that you need more. But the path of meaning, that's more like building something solid, brick by brick. It creates a lasting sense of contentment because it's based on who you are, not just what you have. It's the difference between a flash in the pan and a steady, warm fire. And this stuff doesn't just stay inside our own heads, right? It ripples out and affects our communities. When we focus on getting more stuff, it naturally leads to competition, to constantly comparing ourselves to others, that whole keeping up with the Joneses thing, which can honestly feel pretty lonely. But when we focus on meaning, we strengthen our social bonds. We start to value empathy and teamwork, and we build real communities where people support each other. All right, let's pull the camera back even further. These personal philosophies don't just shape our own lives and our neighborhoods. They have huge planet-sized consequences for our global economy and the environment. This chart just lays it all out in black and white. Consumerism is an economic engine that runs on high consumption. But that engine has some serious exhaust fumes. It leads to using up our planet's resources, creating tons of waste, and leaving a massive ecological footprint. The path of meaningfulness, on the other hand, points toward a much more sustainable way of living, one that puts well-being and the health of our planet first. And this whole idea of transactional versus meaningful, it hits home in our most personal relationships too. In a world obsessed with what you have, our connections with people can start to feel a little superficial, based on status or what someone can do for us. But a life centered on meaning, that grows something much deeper. Real, fulfilling bonds that are based on shared values and genuine human connection. So we've seen how this plays out in our minds, in our societies, and across the entire globe. And it all brings us to this final, really important point. This isn't just about what you prefer. It's a choice that has some pretty profound consequences. Every single time we make a choice between these two paths, whether it's buying the latest gadget or sharing an experience with someone we love, chasing status or building a real connection, that choice sends ripples out into the world. It actively shapes the kind of society we all live in and the future we're leaving behind. And that really brings us to the ultimate question. When it's all said and done, what do you want your story to be about? Will it be a list of the things you owned, or will it be about the person you were, the lives you touched, and the meaning you created? It's a choice we all get to make.
That's all for this episode. Thank you for joining me on this exploration. If these ideas resonate, continue your journey toward objective meaning and authentic connection at meaningfulness.com.au, where you'll find materials and resources to engineer purpose in your life. Until next time, let's build something meaningful.